Welcome back. Okay, Ben Alaya is in the studio right now. Ben, good morning. Good to have you.
Good to have you back too. Last weekend you were not here due to, you were slightly indisposed, but you are back now and you're looking healthy. Welcome back, Sisi.
Yeah. Thank you.
Interesting.
And Slam.
Yeah, it's
good
great
to see you again.
Obviously. And I'm not going to let you slide because before we go into the Nigerian teams on the continent, that's in the CAF Confederation Cup. On Friday, you predicted a round 7 knockout win for Anthony Joshua against Joseph Parker. You know the result now. 12 rounds and for the first time in his career. What do you make of that one?
I think...
the knockout.
Well, I actually predicted the 7th round knockout. And if you look at the 7th round, you should have taken him out. But the guy started...
Really?
He was just receiving the punches. And he wanted to last the entire match time. And that was what he did. And when the unanimous points decision was taken, he did admit that he was well beaten. Using the word well beaten by Anthony Olasheni Oluwafemi Joshua.
Okay.
And so we have to admit that Joshua has also demonstrated a tenacity that it can be sustained. That it's not that it's just knockout that he's going to give people.
Right.
That's why Dayton Wilder, when he comes, he has already told Dayton Wilder, I said, come on, I'm ready. And Wilder is saying he's ready to fight in London now. And so we are thinking of one of the biggest fights that will ever happen in history of boxing, and that is going to be in the United Kingdom, where I don't know yet.
Wembley?
Perhaps, because...
It's big. It's a big
because
fight.
the Cardiff Stadium is not going to contain the crowd that will come. Imagine 70,000 fans chanting Joshua, Joshua. I mean, how are you going to lose such a match? If it beats Wilder in the UK, let's go to the US. Then you can start fighting in the US. But I think he's the champion now. He's holding 3 belts. And nobody should dictate to him where to fight. He should dictate where he wants to fight. And he has said he wants to fight his next fight. If Wilder likes it, let him come. He said he will take him out. He predicted in knockout, and Wilder has agreed. So it's going to be the biggest money fight that will ever happen in heavyweight boxing history.
Really? Bigger than Pacquiao, Mayweather?
Just
money-wise?
Even
okay, money-wise, fine.
Oscar De La Hoya only yesterday has approached
Wilder?
No, has approached MJ that he should come. Anthony Joshua, AJ, sorry.
Yeah.
He has approached AJ to come and join his group that they want to groom him.
Join for what?
Not for
Matchroom are
training.
doing a fantastic job.
No, but
with AJ, Eddie Earn and co.
He wants AJ, and AJ is talking to him. This is for packaging and AJ is just an amazing character, and I think Nigerians should be proud that somebody from Shagam with such amazing blood can be a world champion. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. Just a few minutes drive away from where we are sitting now, you are in Shagam, and that is where he's from originally. But he's fighting for Great Britain.
Right, yeah, it's good. It's good
but
that you mentioned that.
If you recall, when he was coming into the ring, he came with the Great Britain flag, and he came with the Nigerian flag.
Yeah, he represents.
So he represents. Look at his arm. The tattoo on his arm is Africa.
Yeah.
That is amazing. For each time I
Africa,
see that,
not Nigeria.
Nigeria is in Africa. We are the biggest nation in Africa. Each time he comes like that, I get excited.
Okay, so that's it for Anthony Joshua. If you let Ben carry on.
That's the only thing we'll talk about today.
Yeah, we're not going to leave the show. So let's move on now. Let's talk a bit of football on the continent. The CAF Confederation Cup will go down today. Nigerian teams, 4 in total, will be in action. Starting from today, Eyimba will play against South Africa's Bidvest Wits in the final round of qualifiers before they advance into the group stage. And then there's Eyimba, there's Plateau United, there's Akwa United, and there's MFM. Out of all those 4 clubs, I mean, which of them has got the best chance of progressing into the group stage?
We're looking at the performances of those who were in the Champions League and the way they moved out. I think that Plateau United will have no reason not to move on. Eyimba has won the Champions League back-to-back twice. They've been consistent in the African Confederation Cup, so they also have no reason. MFM is new. They are gathering experience, and so I think that they can also move on, but it's going to be tough, very tough for them. And I think that all the teams have a chance.
Eyimba against South African opposition.
In Joburg.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Anywhere Eyimba plays, knowing the character, because the first time they won, the first time they won the Champions League, the man who managed the club then is still there, Anyansi Agu, is still there, and so the experience is there. He knows what to do. He knows how to motivate the players.
But there's something missing in that, though. The financier, I mean, the person that was the financial backer.
That was no longer then it was Governor Ojuzo Kalu that was even almost taking over the coaching job of Kadiri Kana then. But now, I think they don't lack the power of support from the Abia State government. They still have it.
But not comparable.
It's not. No, it's incomparable because the governor was always traveling with them. I recall that when we won in Ismail and the people started throwing stones and almost, you know, it was war when we went to Ismail to win the cup. And what Kalu and Issa Hayatu, who was then CAF president, couldn't even present the cup to Eyimba. So what Kalu simply did was go collect the cup. He came with a private jet. He took the cup into the private jet and took off. Okay. So he said, even if you don't want us to, if you cannot present the cup, to let the cup not be here. So he took the cup. There was no presentation ceremony, if you recall. You know, I was right there in the stadium. They kept us there, and they didn't even allow us to go back to the hotel to pick our things. Yeah. You know,
very hostile environment.
Hostile.
Very hostile. But in South Africa, I think Eyimba has a good chance to play. South Africans are very receptive of Nigerians, even though some of them think that Nigerians are into drugs and into this, and so at times they attack us. You know,
when it comes to football sports, nothing like that.
They respect Nigeria, and I think that Eyimba can get a good result.
Okay,
from
let's talk about
Plateau United. Exactly, okay, Plateau United. No, they're playing in Lagos. I mean, after that experience that they had losing 4-3 at home, they know what they needed to do, but they just couldn't. I mean, that experience, or would they be able to make amends? I mean, for the fans, because people are still bleeding, you know, from that loss.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad loss for me.
To me, it was a bad loss. Yeah, the second leg, was so close.
Yeah, this was so close, exactly.
I needed just one more, where like everybody was chanting one more. I mean, get one more, but just that one just didn't come.
But the opposition, USM Alger.
Yeah, USM Alger, another good club. You see, the problem with us is that, you know, at times, the Northern African club sides are more organized than us. They take care welfare-wise much more than us. But Plateau United, they've been a little bit consistent. You know, thanks to the Plateau State government. Kennedy Boboye has been very well doing his job as you know, the manager of the club. And I think that this is every time you play at home, get a good result.
Yeah.
Once you get a good result, go away and then try to frustrate the opposition. This is what happens. And this is what the Algerians are coming to do.
Surely Plateau United are not playing at home. Because they'll be playing at the Agege Stadium. The Lagos fans are not the fans. That's the reality. So that's like playing away from home.
You'll be shocked.
Away from home.
You'll be shocked. Let me tell you, anytime Kano Pillars plays at the Agege Stadium against MFM, for instance, the fans of Kano Pillars and MFM are almost equal. Because a lot of people from the other side of the divide of Nigeria are always... Yes, this is Plateau United. They still have people there, too, that will come. And so mobilization is also key. And I think that the management should also take note of that. Mobilize fans to come to the stadium. Bring your fans with buses to Lagos.
All the way from
and you know, adjoining cities, Shagam and all the rest. Bring them to Lagos and let them... it's possible they become their fortress to take everybody out.
Interesting. What about MFM? They take on Joliba
of Mali.
That looks like, on paper, looks like easier than...
no, Joliba of Mali, if you know their history, they've always been on the continent. And so MFM is new in the continent, and so it's going to be a bit tight. But I think that going by just that it's a Nigerian club side, you know, and... they have the possibility of winning and winning well. I think they can win well.
They can win well against
Joliba of Mali. But Joliba of Mali has a long history. If you check them, I think they've even won at a point in the continent. So they have a long run, and we should be careful with them. But I think MFM can take them out.
They can get the job done. Okay, last but not the least, El Hilal will take on Akwa United.
Akwa United, the richest club in Nigeria now, going by well-funded. and I think that with a good manager like Tubam Paul Basley, I think that they can get the job done. But it's also going to be tough. It's going to be a bit tough, but I think that with El Hilal is also has a very strong tradition in the continent. I recall when they played Bender United then in the CAF Cup, as they used to call it, played away. I think it was a good score. I think it was only 1-0. But when they came to Benin, it was also 1-1, and they took the cup away. And it was in the final of the CAF Cup, way back, if you recall. So it's
no, we don't recall, man.
Isaac Semitoje was the captain. Isaac Semitoje was the captain, if you recall. I recall this.
Let's come to the present, because the present, that's what matters.
You know, if you don't know where you are coming from, you wouldn't know where you are going to.
Yeah, we were just babies.
But we were watching. Isaac Semitoje is watching. You remember very well. He cried like a baby after the final whistle was blown, because we were so sure we were taking the cup home. Yeah. But it happened, we didn't win. So they also have a tradition that, you know, Akwa United must be careful of.
Very, very careful. So all the 4 teams on the continent, hopefully I will come back on Monday on the show. It's going to be, we're going to be talking about victories now for all 4 sides. Now let's move on from Africa now to Europe. The UEFA Europa League quarterfinals, first leg games went down yesterday, and some very interesting results to talk about. The one on top there, a lot of Nigerians, because a lot of Arsenal fans are in the country, they're very happy. 4-1 over CSK Moscow. Aaron Ramsey and Alexandre Lacazette scoring a brace each in the victory. You also have Atletico Madrid defeating Sporting Lisbon. According to a lot of people, they are the favorites for the competition. Arsenal fans will have a thing or two to say about that one. Lazio also defeated RB Salzburg by 4-2, while Leipzig was a 1-0 win for them over Olympique Marseille. Let's talk about your team, Arsenal. 4-1, very impressive win over CSK Moscow. Is it over now, or they can just start celebrating?
No, you see, football is unpredictable. You know, somebody was telling me when after the Champions League match between Man City and Liverpool, 3-0, somebody was still saying, as at yesterday, that Man City can turn it around. So I don't think that is celebration. For me,
CSK Moscow are not on the same level.
Yes, CSK Moscow.
Did you see the game last night?
I saw the game.
Atrocious.
No. Arsenal could have scored 8.
Arsenal is on the high now.
Could have scored as much as 8.
To be honest, they are on the high. And I hear you say that Atletico Madrid are the favorite for the trophy. I think on the bounce now, Arsenal should be the favorite for the trophy.
Arsenal just played against CSK Moscow. We saw how wasteful the CSK Moscow. We saw how they actually played.
But 4-1 is
still the free kick.
4-1 is still a good. 4-1 is still a good
just opened up, and Arsenal just had a field day.
I'm waiting for. Supposing Atletico Madrid does not get to the final, what do you say? Lazio is still there. Lazio is a very good club side, and the Italians, when they play their Catanaccio type of football, defense-oriented, very good and quick. And when they can score you a goal and they hold on to it. Unfortunately, they are not coming to the World Cup.
So what you're trying to say, Ben, is you want Atletico to be knocked out before you get to the final. We get your point here. Let's go and take Arsene Wenger's post-match reaction after that very impressive 4-1 win over CSK Moscow.
Not only is he a lot involved in the build-up of a game, but it goes to the end of things. And what has changed since 2013 is a much better finisher nowadays. He's calmer. The way he finishes, you see he's composed. Before he rushed a little bit, his finishing. It was a spectacular first half, played at a high pace, but as well an uncomfortable one for me, because they looked dangerous as well, you know, and I'd always hoped that we could score, but I was as well worried that they could score as well. So we played against a side who is technically very good, but at half-time I think we scored some great goals in the first half, and at half-time we were 4-1, and the target was not to concede anymore, and if possible add another one. We did the first part of the job in the second half, but not the second part of the job. But on the other hand, it will help us to focus completely in the second game and not think it's a job done. You know, we know it's not over, and we have to go there with the right focus and try to win the game.